Hello, 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 my beautiful, powerful, everyday women of the world. Welcome to another episode of the Startup Stories podcast, where the ambitious everyday woman is heard, held, and served in life and business. I'm your host, Mia Frankel of Powerful Inc., the everyday women's coach. I almost said couch. No, I'm not a couch, although you can sit on me. I'll hold you. We'll keep it cozy. The everyday women's coach for living a peaceful and productive life. You'll hear relatable stories from very real women. Guys, there's no veils, there's no sensationalism. It's just conversation that will keep you sane, grounded, and growing as you expand yourself and deliver your purpose to the world. And surprise, surprise, I'm beyond excited yet again for another fabulous guest. But this guest is a little extra special for me because I met Vaughn Pierro at the onset of this chapter of my evolution. We met through a common coach, and I've experienced her and I've watched her grow and flourish, and vice versa. And the way that she has embodied and become the work that she now teaches is really encouraging, exquisite, and just very real. So I don't know if you guys are watching people on the internet or in person and going, how does she do it? This is where Vaughn and I are going to take you behind the scenes in how she does it, because it's how you can do it too. She started off as a massage therapist, 20 plus years, Vaughn, like you were massaging for a long time. But then it kind of caught up to her. And that's the shift. That's the time. If you're paying attention in life, it's finally going to grab you and say, now this. And that's what happened with Vaughn. And it has blown her world wide open. And she'll take you through that story too. But why I'm so excited to have her and to like grab her soul in conversation is because of what she emits. And Vaughn isn't one of those women who shows one way online and lives a different way offline. This is through and through and through. And this is her ongoing work with herself as she serves and grows and plays. Like, you're probably one of the women that has the most fun with your work. Now, 53, she's a hot babe. She's fully embraced in her femininity, in her sexuality, in her comfort. She has two beautiful end of high school, early college age children, and a husband that she cherishes and who also cherishes her. So we're going to, like I said, grab and dig into all of that. And I also just want to honor her by noting that she has created her own methodology called the Holy Breath Method, because she's an energy worker. So she does breath work, energy healing, spiritual initiation. She's shifted massage therapy. I love this. Listen to this: from outside the body to inside the body, inside the soul, and bringing that out. Oh, I'm just so excited for this conversation, Vaughn, and to, like I said, unpack what we're going to do here today. So welcome, 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 honey.
Mm, thank you. Wow. Honestly, to allow myself to be reflected upon in that way, whew, that was really, really beautiful. And I really appreciate the way that you explained and shared me
Mhm.
just now. That really um, that was very meaningful for me. So thank you for that beautiful introduction.
Well, let me talk
Whew.
about that for a hot sec.
Yeah.
You guys, my dear listener, I'm already weeping. I get nervous before the podcast sometimes, okay? I'm way more confident and sure of myself. Like, I do this a lot, 105 episodes with this one, talk to a lot of women. I still get a little nervous, and sometimes I use ChatGPT to help me outline. But what happens is, I don't end up reading that. It's like a security blanket. And when it comes, I go inward, guys, not outward, clutching to something for identity, clutching to something for security. I clutch myself. When I think about you, I clutch myself. Oh my gosh, so that's the whole point. Go inward, trust you, see what you have. See what you have, and that's how you get more of it. That's how you transform your life.
Yep.
All right. Well, take it away, Vaughn. Tell us from the beginning.
Well, upon what you just said, what I know is true is the deeper we go, the higher we go. And that would not have made any sense to me until I've gone into the depths of my soul to discover who I am. Because I had no idea this version of me existed. 9 years ago, I had a spiritual awakening. And it wasn't like a moment of like, oh, I
Yeah.
mean, it was like a slow, like poke, that turned into like the biggest like jab in my side. Like, listen, you little bitch, you better wake up, or we're gonna knock you out, and you're gonna live the worst life ever. It was like just this thing that was so deep, and I was like, ow, like that kind of hurts. And then I was like, okay, fine, I'll listen. Like, and just that journey of listening. Because here's the thing, this is where we get so tripped up, is I had a really beautiful life. My kids were young, they were like 7 and 9 or something like that. And great husband, great neighborhood community. I live in the burbs of Atlanta. Like, life is good. Full-time massage therapist. I'd been doing it for 20, well, at that time, like, I don't know, yeah, like 20 something years. Even then it was yeah, because I practiced for 23 years before I transitioned into this. And so yeah, I mean, I had a good life, but there was something, and it all started with my gut. And I've really believed that our gut is the first sign. I had leaky gut, which is, when your intestines just have holes, and you're
Okay.
leaking all the nutrients, and so you're unhealthy. But I truly believe it's because I am an empath. Like, I
Mhm.
never really fully understood the depths of my sensitivity and how I could truly, truly feel other people's emotions. And I'm a double, I don't know what y'all are on astrology over here, but I'm a double Cancer, which is all water.
Okay.
And so I am an emotional, sensitive woman.
Mhm.
And I went my whole life with my family not meaning to make fun of me, but they made fun of me for being so sensitive.
Right.
And so I just would stop showing how deeply I cared and how sensitive I really was. I would hold back my tears so nobody would make fun of me for crying all the time, even in the beauty. Like, I would watch a beautiful commercial and I'd be like, that's so pretty. And so I would hold all that back because
Yeah.
they would make fun of me.
Yeah.
And it was so innocent. They had no idea. And honestly, I didn't either, right? I had no idea what was happening until my body was like, there is so much unprocessed emotion within your body that there's no clarity. Like, you don't even know who you are. And I didn't. I mean, so it was all of that shoved down, because that's what we do. We shove down, shove down, shove,
Yeah.
but we're shoving it down into our gut, into our hips. And that's why women especially have so much gut and hip issues, because we are shoving that shit down. And so when I was so unhealthy, I couldn't take it anymore. I found a holistic doctor to help me with my gut. And through that, I discovered muscle testing, which I
Okay.
had never heard of muscle testing.
Yeah.
It's where you put like a vial of energy on your body, and then you see how your body reacts. If they'll like test your muscle strength to it. And like, if you're weak, then you're weak. If you're strong, then it's not a problem. Right.
Mhm.
And so we figured out, like, I was sensitive to all these foods and just different things at that particular time in my life. And so I went on a journey of healing my gut, and then I at around the same time I just became obsessed with personal growth. I'd
Yeah.
never really thought about personal growth because life was good. I was living
Mhm.
my life the way everybody told me to live my life, the way I was conditioned to live my life. And yeah, so I started listening to podcasts, like we were saying earlier. Like,
Mhm.
podcasts have been such an integral part of my healing journey, and I'm so grateful for conversations such as this because they were the very thing that fueled me in the very because my friends weren't talking about, the people I hung out with, they weren't
Sure. Yeah.
spiritually
Yeah.
minded people that were connected and on a personal growth path.
I do
They
know.
were just like me, right? That's
Yeah.
why we were friends. We were all
Yeah.
hanging out, living the same cute little life together.
Hmm.
And then I was just like, so these were the conversations that I had was listening in on podcasts. And I was listening to this one podcast, and there was this woman on there that talked about hosting a retreat in Sedona. And as soon
Mm.
as she was taught, like, I loved everything she said. And I was just
Mm.
like, oh my God, I think I'm supposed to go to that.
Hmm.
And I checked out the details, and the freaking thing was like $3,000.
Right.
A girlfriend does not spend $3,000 on
Yeah.
herself to go on a retreat in Sedona for just me. Like, that was so,
Yeah.
like, that didn't even include the flight or the lodging. I mean, it was
Or the
it was
lodging.
like
That's just
it
the
was
ticket
like it was a
for the
lot. And
3 days or something, right?
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So I was like, oh my God. But there was just something in me that was like, girl, you gotta go.
Mhm.
And so I did it. And it was so crazy for like the first time in my life. I was like taking a big chance on me and that investment in myself. And then while I was there at that retreat in Sedona, this beautiful goddess woman, her name is Anahata Ananda, she's like the breathwork girl. And so she
Mhm.
came in and she guided us through this breathwork journey. I'd never done any healing on that level. Like, I had done sound baths before, and I had, was playing around with meditation. Like, I was, you know, playing around with it, but this was the first somatic experience where I
Right.
felt in my body my emotion, like how I could clear out the depths of my emotion was
Yeah.
through the breath. And so I was like, holy shit, what is this medicine? I want it in my life. I need it. And so, I mean, because that experience was very profound for me. And so I came back to Atlanta. I mean, that it was a great weekend, whatever, but the breath work was what like changed
And
me the
him.
most.
Yeah.
And so I came back to Atlanta, and I was looking for breathwork teachers. they there
Um,
just wasn't any, like, it was not a thing,
mhm.
especially 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, the retreat was 8 years ago. And so I came back so hungry for more of that. And then it took
Mhm.
me a year exactly for me to, I mean, the messaging had been there probably the entire time, but it took me a whole year to realize, you, Vaughn, you are supposed to go
Right.
teach breath work to other people. Like, it resonated with you so much because this is what you're supposed to teach. And I was like, oh my God, really, me? I'm just a massage therapist. I can't do
Yeah.
that. But at the same time, like, I knew I was supposed to be doing something, and I couldn't figure out what. I was like, am I an energy healer? Am I a
Right.
life coach? Like,
Hmm.
what am I? Who am I?
Hmm.
I could not figure it out. And in the minute that I heard like breathwork teacher, like, it's you, Vaughn, I was like, oh my God, that feels so good. So then within like 2 weeks, I found the training I was supposed to be at.
Yeah.
I went and had the most incredible week long training. That was another thing. I invested deeply in myself,
Yeah.
financially and time wise. I was gone from my family, thousands of dollars. It was just like, okay, I'm freaking doing this thing. And that was the beginning of everything, because then I came back from that, and all of a sudden I have a deep desire to be in front of people teaching them
Yeah.
this experience, and like holding people through their emotion and guiding people through spiritual, energetic, and emotional experiences. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. That is not who I am. I am a massage therapist. I am a mom. I am a wife. I
Yeah.
am a suburban
Yeah.
regular chickadoo,
Yeah.
like, what the hell do you think you're doing, young lady? Like,
Yeah.
boy, it was intense, like that
Forcing of
transition, right?
like stepping into the greatness,
Yeah, well, because
right?
I literally didn't know that version of myself.
Yeah.
So that's the part where you get to know yourself, you know? And so the only
Hmm.
way I could get to know that version of myself was to make myself super uncomfortable,
Hmm.
host the classes, hope people would show up,
Hmm.
hope that I would guide them correctly, hope I could hold them correctly through there, because it is very deep and emotional, the work that
Very.
I facilitate. So yeah, so it was just really, that was like the thing, right, of transition. And I will say it honestly took me a good 3 years of me just really showing up over and over and over for myself and in the desires that were placed in front of me, like to host the classes,
Yeah.
to eventually host the retreat, and to just do the things like for me to build that confidence. But the only way I describe it as cultivating self trust, like trust doesn't just happen. Like you got to cultivate trust. And so I was cultivating trust within myself, with spirit, with my people that I was working with. Like I was cultivating trust. And that can only be done through experience.
So if we want something, Vaughn just told us, take action towards it.
That's the only way.
Take action towards it. This is the analogy I use all the time. I want to get more fit. Well, okay, are you walking? Are you picking up a weight? No, you can't manifest that into reality, right? You have to act and move. And the other really beautiful, really, really beautiful and important piece that you said at the onset is you were living a good life. So, sweet listener, Sandra, Barb, Sammy, uh, Alexia, calling out names. I don't know who you are, but maybe that's your name. There doesn't have to be anything wrong with the life that you have in order to want more of yourself to come out. That is really unapologetic.
Yeah.
That is self truth. You don't have to be broke and homeless and living in a car with your new baby. You can be living an awesome, full, great, balanced life, but still want more.
Yeah. To that note, let me just say this. My life currently, right now, is beyond my wildest imagination.
Yeah.
Truly. Like, I am living a dream life. And I want more.
Yeah.
Like, I know
Still.
that this is
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
the tipping point of what is
Yeah.
available for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have so much more inside of me that I have no idea what that is and what it looks like. But because I have cultivated such trust within myself and within my relationship with God, and just the divine orchestration and flow of life when I surrender to
Mm-hmm.
it,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And I know it just gets to become more and more and more beautiful. And so that's exciting for me, because even through my healing journey, I was like, in the very beginning, I was like, if I can just get to that point, then life will be so good.
Right?
But then you're constantly chasing something. I
Mhm.
realized like I was in this loop of healing and chasing, like, I gotta get there. And then I was like, no, life is in the waiting.
Mhm.
Like this is the, if we can take each moment as a gift of life itself, because in each moment we will experience pain,
Mhm.
heartache, loss, grief, fear. I mean, the depths of pain, like we will, is a part of life. So allowing ourselves to feel the depths of all of that, along with simultaneously the depths of joy, of gratitude, of opening your heart so much that it feels
Mhm.
scary
It's
as
scary.
hell. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it is so scary to live with an open heart. I mean, it's very, very, very vulnerable. But it is in that place where you get to experience
Mhm.
the highest of highs, which you want to because that's your birthright as much as the pain, right? So just allowing the allowing it all is
Allowing it all.
truly that is life.
Yeah. This is what God told me that really defines that for me is holding all the glory and all the gore
Mm,
together.
yeah.
You can't just have one without the other. It all,
No.
and that's what makes it real. So, like the movie City of Angels, if you guys have been listening to the show, you'll be like, "Oh, there she goes again with that movie." Well, go watch it.
That
And
is a good. Oh, that's a tearjerker though. I remember watching that movie and I'll be like, yeah, I will not be watching that again. Because I did at the time I did not like to cry. I didn't like to feel that deeply, but oh my God, like, all
it's
right, fine,
good,
I'll watch it
right?
again.
It's rom-com, you guys. Meg Ryan, Nick Cage. He's not bad in this movie. He's fine enough if you like him or not. And it illustrates choice, love, and pain on purpose and embracing it. And what Vaughn is saying is the more we lean in and accept our life and ourselves, the more we have access to. When you're describing where you are now and what more you're looking forward to, I'm feeling like this unlocked into the supernatural levels of living, right? Where you can play, where you can experiment and see what's possible.
Yeah.
And uh, this can create entire new realities around you. So tell us a little bit then about how home life has or hasn't changed through
Oh,
Vaughn's rising.
oh, I have got a lot to say about this actually. Um, First of all, let me just start with my husband. He is I think if we're married to good partners, like if we have a good partner, right?
Mhm.
They love us and they want us to be the greatest, healed, fullest expression of ourselves, right? Like
Mhm.
chances are our partners are good and want the best for us. And so I've noticed over, the past years that the more I become true to myself,
Mhm.
the more he falls in love with me. It's like the more there is for him to love, the more I reveal
Mhm.
myself to him, the
Mhm.
more there is for him to love. And I
Mhm.
say this also with my any client, anybody that comes to my class or any woman I work with. I'm like, the more you let me see you, the more I'm just going to fall in love with you.
Yeah.
There is no thing that can turn me away from you, that can make me not love you more. It's like the more you show me, the more I'm going to love you. And I believe that's definitely the case in our intimate relationships as well. And so as the walls come down and as the emotion isn't, I'm not so filled up with my old emotion and I let emotion move through me and I let energy move through me, then it's like there's just so much more love to
Mhm.
give and receive. And we will, this year will be 22 years that we have
Yay.
been married. And
Congrats.
I swear, like, we are obsessed with each other. Like, we just keep falling more and more and more in love. And
Yeah.
it's been such a crazy thing that I did not expect to happen.
Mhm.
But it did, and I'm so grateful that it did. And I thank him all the time. I'm like, thank you for being with me because through all of this, because I am a completely different person than
Yeah.
I was. I really am. I am like a different person. I have boundaries now. I
Right.
speak my truth. I tell
Yeah.
him what I want. I tell him what I don't want.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
I'm a different person. And I thank him all the time just for loving me through that. And he's like, why wouldn't I? And I'm like, number one, well, there are a bunch of assholes out there. Like, there's some guys that would be like, bye,
Yeah.
I'm out of here. But I think for the most part, like, people want to know the depths of each other, like I want to even know more of him. I'm like, I
Mhm.
want to I want to know the depths of your soul. Like I want
Mhm.
him to do the deeper, and he does do the deeper work because I keep rising and going
Mhm.
into
Yeah.
multi-dimensional frequencies and becoming a more expanded version of myself. So he knows he's got to play with me. He's got to keep up to play with me, right? Like it's just not going to work out any other way.
Well,
And he
otherwise you
knows
could
that.
outgrow him, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
would be the other, where not so much that the original spouse now rejects you, but you outgrow them because
Right.
the change
And
is so drastic that the connection's
exactly.
not there. But if you maintain the connection throughout the growth, it's a journey that you can do together, even if one is so-called ahead of the
Yeah.
other.
Well, and to that point, I do believe it is the women's journey to lead
Mhm.
the home. I mean, it is our duty and responsibility because we know, because we're intuitive, we're nurturing, like we know shit. And we have to tell them what to do. Like it's
Yeah.
like, but they want to be told what to do. If they're in their healed, open, masculine energy of like being open to receive this goddess, this freaking
Mhm.
queen that is in front of him, and if he is willing to receive my guidance, then oh, the places we will go.
So this is a really important piece of not chasing ourselves blindly, but of healing and growing for the greater good. And the
Yeah.
greater good starts in your home.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I am not tapped into what the men's healing world is looking like. I've met a few female men coaches. There's a poster up at work for a men's circle, which like I can't get enough of. I love looking at it. It's half of a man's face and a lion's face AI'd together, right? So like rawr. But when the woman at home really does this excavation, and then if she can hold and help her husband in his own healing journey, that is, I'm going to say, like altruistic, because now you're really doing it for the benefit of the actual work and not really to attract an outcome. I'm going to heal myself and become a breathwork teacher so I can make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
I'm going to heal myself and become a breathwork teacher to make everyone's life richer and deeper
Yeah.
everywhere I go.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I really believe that women are the leaders of the new world that we're creating. Like
Yeah.
there's a, a huge there has been over thousands of years of full on suppression of the divine feminine, of the Holy Mother. And so I'm really, really, really passionate about that, about restoring that in humanity. And it starts with each woman taking on that personal responsibility for themselves, and then it truly just spreads. And it's important. I mean, and I didn't realize how the depths of that this was my work, but
Mhm.
it has been revealed to me. The more I heal and the more I understand my gifts and my purpose here in this lifetime, like it is to help heal the feminine, which will in turn heal the masculine.
This is the thing. Like we're not running off to the Amazon island of Amazons. I forget the name of the actual island right now. Okay. But that is good if women feel better about themselves. But if we're doing it as like flipping the bird to men or leaving people behind, that is not leadership. That is self-serving. And
Yeah.
what you're saying is we do it as a collective and together. And that ancestral lineage, God just said, and this is way bigger than I can explain, but I just am called to let the message out. Mary birthed Jesus. So a woman birthed the Messiah. So no wonder the world would get scared of women and try to oppress them, because through her truth came. Through that womb where you started with the gut health and everything, the womb is the portal to the other side.
Yeah.
who holds the womb, women,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
we
there's
are
that,
the birthers, the
the
creators,
birthers, the growers, the,
yeah,
yeah, the
the nurturers.
the access, right? The exit
Yeah,
or
yeah.
entrance.
Yeah. We are everything,
We're
literally.
everything. Yeah, so that's big. And so it's encouraging to me and a reminder to me too that as I walk my walk, to do so with that open heart. There's a beautiful song by Tim McGraw. He's got some great lyrics, and one of them is "Live like there's no such thing as a broken heart," or
Yeah,
it
I
might be
know
Old
that
Dominion.
song.
But it's a beautiful way to think about unconditional love,
Yeah,
open love, and loving without self-abandoning, but loving for a greater good than just yourself at the same
yeah,
time.
yep. Yeah, the working with the heart, I mean, it's truly the bridge between heaven and earth. And your heart is the bridge.
Yes.
it is your body is the vessel, the pathway. And I truly believe we are meant to experience heaven on earth. Like
Yeah.
that's what Jesus was really trying to teach us. And it's just been a beautiful journey of opening my heart and healing my heart. Well, let me say that healing my heart, because you got to heal it for it to
Mhm.
open. And then there's that integration, and then your heart wants to open a little more. And then it's like, you get into, I remember hearing people talk about like oneness, like everything is one. And I'd be like, okay, all right, you woo woo new ager, like whatever. But it's so true. Like something truly does happen and shift in your life when you heal your heart and when you open your heart. You truly become one with everything. Like
Mhm.
the level of oneness that I experience
Mhm.
is really trippy sometimes, like I
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like I'm literally on like a psychedelic,
Yeah.
which I am, which is breath, it's my
Yeah.
breath, it's my life. Like I let my life, I mean, and trust me, I'm not trying to sound like it's all la, la, la. I mean because I definitely have the times and the, oh my gosh, like the emotions that I go through in a day is
Mhm.
crazy. But for
Yeah.
the most part, my my foundation is that of unconditional love for myself. Like that's it all starts within. So I love to talk about, because self love, we all know that. It's like, I
Mhm.
remember hearing about, and I was like, I love myself.
Mhm.
I've always been a confident girl, but there's a big difference between self love and confidence.
Mhm.
So self love love is unconditional. Self love is unconditional, but we have a lot of conditions around ourselves. Like we are pretty darn judgmental when it
Mhm.
comes to our self-love and our actions and how we love and who we love and or what we allow or what we don't allow. Like we've got a lot, what we do or
Book.
what we don't do, like there's so much judgment.
Mhm.
And so part of my journey has been to learn to love myself unconditionally.
Mhm.
Like we have masculine feminine energies, and when I first started to tune into these frequencies within my body, like yes, we are made of energy, and yes, we have chakras, and we definitely, I think the more important part is connecting to that masculine and feminine energies within. Our feminine is on our left side, that is our receiving side, and our masculine is on our right side, and that is our giving side. And when we can heal both sides of ourselves, and it's not even about a balance, it's more like a dance with our masculine
Mhm.
and feminine.
Mhm.
That is when we just truly become one with ourselves. And when we become one with ourselves, we become one with God. When we become one with God, we become one with everything. And there is the oneness.
Yeah. Yeah. That is really beautifully described. Like it's a very complex um, concept, but you
Yeah.
described it very simply. And it brings forth the image of the waterfall for me, where the water is the feminine and the rockery around it is the masculine, and they're holding each other. And you said if there's fractures, I'm picturing holes in the waterfall with leaks kind of going
Right.
here and there and deterring,
Yeah.
the flow from happening, because it's a full cycle where water
Yeah.
comes and goes in that system. And that, again, we don't want to get too lost in a feminine revolution, because we exist in a duality of ourselves and then with others. And we're made in perfect form to complement and support one another and be a team with one another, and move that forward. So I really appreciate how beautifully and deeply you describe that. And I want to remind the women that as you're listening, don't want a sense of feeling of seeking outward. This episode is really about bringing you back in, bringing you back in. If our womb is the portal to the supernatural and to the heavens, what exists inside our body, and where do we need to go excavating in order to discover, release, play, become something? I chased relentlessly and recklessly for years. Even in my 20s, what it looked like was like sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. Woo! No, terrible. I have two daughters now. No,
Please no.
please no. Then it looked like, avoidance, or maybe career pursuit, or extensive hobbies like volunteering and just trying to scratch an itch that wasn't there, that couldn't be scratched because it was inside. So now what you seek is within. And are you going to be brave and open hearted to allow that search, to
Yeah.
allow that search and rescue to happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, honestly, I mean, it is hard, like doing the work. It's work is it's work, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like it, it's,
Yeah.
it's,
We
it's a,
resist.
it is
Yeah.
a job. And, yeah, so I mean, I think that's why I have so much love and respect, number one, for myself for
Mhm.
doing this work, because
Mhm.
it has not been easy.
Yeah.
It's been the most, I'm not trying to scare anybody here, right? But I mean, like, I mean, at the same time, it is the most devastating work, I believe, is
Right.
going into your soul and
Mhm.
learning who you are, and learning like what's been in the way that can connect you deeper to your soul. Like that is hard to remove all of that bullshit that is keeping you from your light and your truth, because it's so ingrained in it. So we literally have to unravel every belief that we've ever had, that we've ever been told. We have to completely let it go so that we can get down to the root of it all,
Mhm.
just the truth of it all, and then build upon a new reality, a new truth. But the tearing down, I mean, you're tearing it down, you're burning down, you are. But then, oh my gosh, like when you rise up and when you see yourself and witness yourself in complete and utter joy without having to work really hard for that,
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
when it's like, oh, this is why I did it, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. And I think it's fun. I know it's hard, but I do think it's fun to go into the depths of your pain, because I know in a snap you can be on the other side of it. Especially if you work with me. Like things happen so fast that it's like, if you can just let's be with
Yeah.
your pain, whatever you're carrying, if you can just be with me in this hour and a half or 2 hours or a retreat or
Mhm.
whatever, if you can
Mhm.
just be with me, then I swear on the other side there's freedom, because we're going to let it go. We're going to move through it, and I'm going to hold you so deeply through it all, because that is who I am. I am a mother
Mhm.
through and through.
Mhm.
I am a channel for
Mhm.
the Holy Mother to move through. Like I just am.
Well, in a
I am a
safe
nurturer.
place, and
Yeah,
you've
and then
you've done your own work, and
yeah.
you appreciate the vulnerability that it takes. So you're very
Mm.
gentle and perhaps ruthless with holding somebody through what they need to move through. So this is where I will allow one external circumstance in a woman's healing journey, another sister, right? But you don't have to do it alone because if you do, you might go too deep. If you guys have watched Frozen, when Elsa goes into the depth, I think it's Frozen 2, she goes too deep. Okay, she's got to bring it back but she had her sister, and her sister went and helped her. And Elsa thought she could do it by herself, but she couldn't. So this is where we can rely on each other in a healthy way, in a loving way to move through these pieces. Vaughn, there's one more thing I want to talk about before we surprise our beautiful listeners with a breathwork exit. And it is your retreats, because you guys, I didn't even, there's so many beautiful things to say about this gorgeous woman, this goddess, but she has become the work, live and breathe the work actually, and then also played with that to do whatever she wants with it, right? Blank canvas, do whatever you want with it. And this series of 3 retreats that she's done have happened over the last 3 years. The last one is culminating in February. And this is where Vaughn and I were messaging before the show, leading up to like the synchronicities of alignment in our lives. So I want to try and make this very real for you guys, because it may still sound a bit conceptual, and it's not. And we're going to prove that to you by doing a breathwork exercise on the end here. But this connection to the oneness means that you start dropping in line with a greater rhythm. And so you're merging the highway with others, but the highway is vibrating in this gorgeous frequency that's aligned to yours. Maybe there's multiple levels of this highway, and people are, each on their own journey in groups. And I'm doing the Everyday Women Summit. It's year 2, it's the next 3, and it culminates in November 2026 with the Everyday Woman Rises. Vaughn's retreat series culminates with the 3rd one in its 3rd year with Rising, right? So that's the synchronicity I'm talking about. That's the connection to oneness that she's talking about. There are things that we can't see, but we feel, and we become part of, maybe even before our mind catches up to it.
100%. Yeah, our mind is the last one to fully grasp what is,
Yes.
because our conscious mind literally can't comprehend
That's right.
what is happening in the cosmos, right? Because there are no words for that level of multidimensionality,
Yes.
because it's just so like beyond our comprehension. It's
Yes.
beyond our verbiage. And
Yes.
so, yeah, it really is our mind. I mean, there's so many things where it's not until I'm in it, I'm like, okay. But again, that's why the trust is so important, cultivating that self-trust. So like even when you have, this crazy wild intuitive nudge and your mind is like can't comprehend it, it's like no, then it's like, oh, okay. It's like you trust so deeply that you allow it to happen. And then later your mind can understand why.
Right. This is like you pull the body into it.
Yeah.
You use the inner cosmos to guide, and that's where the wisdom is. So this is like not a mindset trick, but an inward and soul-led decision, right? That is allowing you to operate from a place deeper than just the brain or the consciousness or even the heart. It's truly through the supernatural. And here I might get a little bit tripped up on the verbiage.
Right. Yeah. Well,
But it's a
because when we're talking about
feeling.
the oneness, we're talking about
Yeah.
like way far out
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
like quantum healing, like things that we literally can't comprehend. But that's where the magic is. That's
Yeah.
where the miracles happen. So that's now that I'm kind of connected to that realm, it's
Mhm.
like, oh,
Mhm.
okay, I
Mhm.
totally get it now. But it's like you don't get it until you get it.
Yeah.
Like people can talk about it all day long.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if you've never flown a plane, you'll never know what it's like to fly a plane
Yeah.
until you fly a plane or
Yeah.
push a baby out or, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever things we go through. So
Yeah.
there is an element of that. So encouraged to find an everyday way to experience that, which we're going to give to you with this breathwork exercise. But Vaughn, I do, again, just want to give you a bit of space to rant and rave about the ARC retreat series and just
Oh,
share,
thank
this.
you. Yeah, retreats have been an incredible part of my journey. Every single retreat I've ever hosted has been downloaded to me. Like
Mhm,
literally, I
mhm,
will receive the date, the time, the location, and the theme.
mhm.
And I mean, anytime I try to do one without it being a intuitive God download, it just doesn't happen. So, like right now, 3 years ago, God was like, I need you to host a retreat at Lake Lanier, which is our lake here in Georgia, the third weekend in February for 3 years in a row.
Right.
And then I saw a vision of an arc, like a rainbow arc.
Yeah.
And so I went to Google and I just put in large retreat home on Lake
Mhm.
Lanier. And the place that came up was called the Ark. And I was like, okay, God, I see you. So I'll do it. And so
Right?
this is the third and final year. Each year there's always, new people,
Yeah.
not everybody. There's some that have been there through the whole years, but every year there's new people and repeat people and it's been incredibly profound for me. I didn't
Mhm.
realize how healing it was for me because I needed something consistent during these past few years
Yeah.
of an offering of a retreat offering. So yeah, it's been really fun to surrender. Retreats to me are just really powerful because
Mhm.
we're doing the work together. We're going deep, deep, deep in. We have the time for integration.
Yeah.
We're healing through sisterhood. So we're doing the work, and there's time for like play and relaxation and deep conversations.
Mhm.
So I'm a huge fan of retreats, and they're definitely one of my favorite things to host and facilitate.
Well, it's a sacred time to be with yourself and to be with others who are seeking themselves too,
Yeah,
right? And the interactions are um, invaluable
yeah,
because through the reflection, you're going to learn more about yourself, the reflection that you receive, the reflection that you give. And
yeah,
this download that she's talking about, you guys, it's not just for Vaughn or just because she's a certain way or not. Same thing happens to me. The Everyday Woman Summit series is exactly that. It started 6 months before I pulled the trigger, and I've learned already to just sit and wait for the rest to come. And then it was
yeah,
like Everyday Woman. This one is on Feb 2/22, so it's 2/22, right? Identity in the mundane, identity in the laundry and the dishes and the
yeah.
desires, right? And I'm like, I launch a few weeks ahead, it's online, but this is what we're talking about, how very real it is to experience that connection. And that comes from trusting your capability, your skills, your lived experience, because Vaughn had said she didn't know that this version of her existed, but she's also been many different versions throughout her life already anyway.
Hmm.
So we think we're like at the back of a brick wall looking forward, but there is no brick wall behind us either. Like we're just always evolving and changing, big ways, little ways, physically, spiritually, etc.
Yeah,
Right? But it
yeah,
is um, inevitable that you do shift as a woman throughout your lived experience. Motherhood shifts you, changing jobs, different relationships, etc.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and also really quick, there's so many visions that I've been shown and downloads that I've been shown that didn't happen, like that
Mhm.
3 years later. Like I just
Mhm.
hosted a big 11/11 event
Mhm.
this past 11/11 year.
Mhm.
But I was told to do an 11/11 event like literally 3 years ago. And it just kept not working out. Every year I would try to host like a big event on 11/11, like men, women, music, a DJ, like breath. And we're just like somatics and we're just getting into it. And every year it wouldn't work. And then it was meant to be in 2025. And like because of a lot of other things, like numerologically, I could understand why it had to be that year. But all in divine timing, right?
In
Like
divine
I
timing.
was given the vision. And I knew what would happen. I wasn't giving up. Every year I kept trying. Every year it failed. And then finally it was like, this is the year. And it was a huge success and amazing. So all
I,
in divine timing.
well, this is a key piece because we're trying to control. We're trying to control when,
Mm,
and we're trying to force when. And if you surrender, it will happen on its own. Like, I didn't get to third trimester, but a lot of women who do, or who have boys or whatever, and the baby's still in there and still, and you're like, get out of me now. You can't control that. The baby's going to come when that baby's going to come, but I guarantee you, you're not going to be pregnant for 10 years.
yeah, right. Exactly.
And I guarantee you that you may be 44 or 53 or 22 today, and God willing and wanting, you will eventually be 80 or 90 or 74. Like, it's
Uh-huh.
going to happen. I can't get older faster. And
Yeah.
so these things come. And the point is, it's the surrender of allowing. And that's the freedom. That's the internal freedom of trusting and knowing that it's going to come around and it will be, as it's meant to be in
All
that.
in divine timing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's close this bad,
Yeah.
beautiful, gorgeous, expansive conversation with some breath work. What do we need to do? What if we're walking?
Yes.
What
So
if we're driving? What if we're sitting?
let's just go ahead and take a couple deep, normal grounding breaths, just bringing yourself into the space, just taking a deep breath, however you normally take a deep breath, just to kind of clear out anything your body's holding on to. Just allowing yourself to come into this present moment. And that is the beautiful thing about the breath, is it brings us into the present moment. And we are present. That means we are not thinking about the past. We are not thinking about the future. And we are just right here, right now, with what is in this moment with our breath. And so, with breath work is a connected pattern of breath. So, that means we're going to breathe in. I'd like to encourage you to breathe in through your nose. And if you can allow that breath to go all the way down into the deepest part of your belly space, allowing your belly to expand out. I really like to put one hand on my belly and one hand on my chest so that I can feel the expansion. And I want you to just sit with this a minute. So, before you take a breath, like I'm guiding you to, I want you to take a breath how you typically take a deep breath. So just take a deep breath. And I want you to notice how our shoulders probably rise up. We're breathing into our chest. That is just how we breathe. And we don't think anything else about it, right? That's just how we breathe. And so now, noticing how you normally take a breath, allowing that breath now on your next inhale to go down into your belly space and feel your belly poke out, so that you feel your hand on your belly expand out as your breath fills up your belly space so that it pokes out. And we're not used to poking our belly out. We are used to sucking our belly in. So here I'm giving you full permission to poke your belly out, filling it up with that holy breath that is medicinal, that is intuitive. It is the breath of God. God breathed life into you, so you are holy. You are Holy Spirit. So allowing yourself to breathe in that divine, medicinal, holy breath, filling up your belly, and you'll notice it naturally, without force, will move up through your chest, up through your torso, and hopefully you can get one of the best, deepest breath that you've taken in a while, like as your lungs are filling up with that breath from beneath your rib cage, filling it up from beneath. That is really how we get that full, deep, full body breath. And then I'm very passionate about the exhale. So if you can just let some exhale take up space, like really letting your body hear and feel the exhale as it's leaving your body. And then as soon as you let that exhale leave your body, we're going to take another deep breath in through your nose, letting it fill up your whole body, even stretching your torso, moving out your shoulders as you are letting that breath move up through your body. And then exhale like you mean it, letting go. You always ask, how can I let go? How do I do it? How do I let go? How do I feel free? This is how it is through your breath. It is how you let go. And then as soon as you let that breath out, you're going to take another deep, full body breath in, letting it fill up your entire body, all the way down into the lowest part of your body as your body will allow, filling up, letting it fill you up. And you'll notice like it happens naturally without force, that it just fills you up. And then you exhale. And you'll notice as soon as you let out that deep, full body exhale of letting go, that your body naturally needs to take a deep breath in. So we're going to let it take a full, deep, full body breath in, letting it fill you up, and just knowing with every breath in that you are breathing in medicine for your mind, body, and soul. So drinking it in, filling you up, and exhaling like you mean it. And on your next inhale, I really want you to open up your body a little bit more. I want you to open up your shoulders, open up your chest, move your low back around a little bit, just letting that breath sink in a little bit deeper through the depths of your body, through all the places of congestion that your body has created for protection, because this is what our body does. And now between our breath and our body, becoming one with each other, and just opening up your arms and opening up your heart and opening up your entire space for that deep breath to move through you. This is how we heal ourselves. You are your own healer. You have everything you need within you. So pull it in, work with this medicine, use it. It is your breath. It is holy. It is divine, and reminding you that you are holy and that you are divine, that your frequency is created in light, in God's light. And the more we clear out the congestion and the emotional debris that our body is holding on to, the more that light gets to shine, the more we are filled up with God's light. And then it starts to start moving out of our pores, and it starts shooting out of our fingertips and out of our toes and out of the top of our head. And then that's when we have a greater communication, and our aura becomes brighter, and we attract more of the abundance that is just wanting all of that abundance. Everything you desire is right there waiting on you to open up and receive. God created us to be in abundance. We are meant to be happy. We are not meant to suffer. We are meant to be in our joy. So allowing that abundance, and abundance to me simply means magic, miracles, love, joy, orgasmic pleasure. Just more, 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 more. Abundance is more. And maybe somewhere along the way, there might be a little more abundance of financial growth as well, which I truly believe that when we surrender and we are in our light and we are in our truth, we are attracting everything that is meant for us, which usually does have financial abundance attached to it. So let it all in. Welcome in the joy, the love. Let your light shine so bright. Let yourself be so filled up with love that you can't help but be successful and happy and abundant. Taking one more deep, beautiful breath with me, breathing in that truth, knowing that it is truth. Feeling it as truth in your body. So beautiful. We are so beautiful. We are so magical. We are so held. We are so loved. May you in this moment be connected to and be open to receive all of the magic that is all around you, all of the love, your divine team, your angels, past loved ones, your highest self, your spirit guides. We're so, so, so supported and so, so, so loved.
Mm.
So may you just feel the arms of an angel wrapping around you right now, holding you, kissing your head, reminding you of how loved you truly are. And just letting your body soften to receive all of that. Because you are worthy, you are deserving, and it is truly, truly your birthright. Just kind of let a smile cross that beautiful face and roll out your shoulders, soften your body, and just, oh, feel so connected to you.
Thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
And Ashley, Sarah, and Jen.
I love it. Yeah, you.
Okay. I know you're out there. I know you're listening. That took nothing but a moment and a choice.
Yeah.
And what I feel is
Right?
everything,
Yeah.
right? Like I'm weeping. Again, I'm a weeper too. Vaughn, side note, you guys, before we wrap up, my wolf pack and I did a trip to Mexico. There was 7 of us. So we decided to be 7 dwarves, but we had vacation names. We had Shoppy, Sippy, Booby, Weepy, um, Boozy, and it's like naming the reindeer. You always forget one. I
Yeah.
was Weepy, constantly leaking. Because when you let out, that's what happens. Your body's emitting that, right? That was so soft and juicy. That took what, like 5 minutes,
Right? It just,
right?
I always am like, this is your breath, use it. Whether it is for
Yes.
30 seconds,
Yeah.
3 minutes, 30 minutes. Lord, if you spend 30 minutes with me in that breath,
Right?
that's when it goes down.
I'll take the 2-hour session, please, in person
Right? Oh my
with a
gosh,
Costco case of tissues.
it's so amazing. I'm obsessed.
It's so powerful and it's so available
Yeah.
to every single individual on the planet, from baby to near dead.
Yeah.
Breath is life.
Yeah. Breath is life.
Okay, well, I gotta go wake up my daughter and get her to school. And then I'm going to the holistic doctor today to get a full cuckoo,
Nice.
cuckoo,
Well,
right?
enjoy.
I mean, yeah, yeah. And we'll see what comes out of all of that. And
Yeah.
so, and Vaughn's gonna go and live out the rest of her amazing, beautiful, best life ever day. And so are
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Let's see now what names. We'll do Paula, Meg, and Erin. You're gonna go out and live your best day ever, feeling peaceful and restored and capable to fulfill the desires of your soul.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And so
Mwah.
it is.
And so it
Thank
is.
you so much for this beautiful conversation. I'm so grateful to be invited and to share this moment with you and anyone that is listening. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you back. Bye, sister.